Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into something, well, really crucial, our balance, especially for women over 60, but honestly, these insights, they're pretty universal.
Absolutely. We're looking at how to keep steady, stay independent.
Yeah, and our sources kick off with this moment. It's so relatable. Someone just walking through their kitchen and they stumble. Just like that. No reason, no clutter. And it hits them. Balance isn't what it used to be. A quiet moment, but it changes everything.
It's often those small things that make you stop and think, isn't it?
It really is. And then there's this statistic, it's pretty staggering. 99% of older women apparently experience balance issues.
Wow, 99%. That sounds daunting.
It does. But here's the flip side, the good news.
Yeah.
Most of the reasons why. Totally fixable.
Okay, that's much better.
Actionable. Exactly. So our mission today is to walk through 8 sort of everyday mistakes that quietly mess with your balance, and importantly, how to fix them, starting now.
Right. And that's what these deep dives are all about, giving you practical knowledge you can use right away. This topic, it really gets to the heart of moving through life with confidence, doesn't it?
It really does.
We'll uncover some, maybe surprising links. Show how small tweaks can make a big difference to your well-being, your freedom.
Okay, let's jump right in then. These 8 pitfalls. And we're starting literally from the ground up. Mistake number 1, wearing the wrong shoes.
Ah, footwear. Seems simple.
Right. But the source material actually calls those comfy, cute slippers deadly at home. It's strong language. Why are bad shoes such a hidden problem?
Well, it's all about that connection, your feet talking to your brain, basically.
Yeah.
Soft, floppy shoes or ones that slip, they mess up that signal.
Mess up the signal. How so?
Your brain needs clear feedback from your feet to make those tiny adjustments that keep you stable. If the shoe is too soft or your foot slides around in it, that feedback gets muffled. It's like trying to balance on a pillow.
Okay, that makes sense.
So your body kind of subconsciously loses confidence in its movements, even if you don't notice it directly. You need a stable base.
So the fix is pretty straightforward then. Look for shoes with memory foam, a proper heel cup, good tread.
Exactly. No slip tread is key. It really does begin where your feet meet the ground. Good shoes give you stability, and that means confidence.
Okay, foundation covered. But what about the rest of our body's framework? Mistake number 2, skipping strength training.
Ah, yes, muscle mass.
We know it tends to decrease after 50, kind of sneaks up on you. How does losing muscle specifically hurt our balance? It's not just about lifting heavy things, is it?
No, not at all. It's really fundamental. This muscle loss, sarcopenia, it directly weakens your stability. It's not about looking buff.
Right.
It's about having the strength and, crucially, the speed in your muscles to react. When you trip, even slightly, it's those muscles firing quickly that catch you.
The reaction time.
Precisely. Without that quick, strong response, even a little stumble can turn into a fall. It's about your body being able to support itself dynamically.
Okay, but the good news is you don't need to become a gym rat. The advice includes really simple things you can do at home.
Totally. Things like seated leg raises while you're watching TV maybe,
Well,
wall push-ups, even using water bottles or soup cans as weights.
right? Easy stuff.
The key is just doing it consistently. It's not about huge muscles. It's about maintaining that functional strength for everyday life, for staying upright.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered feet and hustles. Now, what about our senses? Mistake 3, ignoring vision changes. I found this fascinating. Balance isn't just physical, it's visual. How does our eyesight actually trip us up?
Oh, profoundly. Your brain uses visual information constantly to understand where you are in space.
Okay.
So if the lighting's dim or maybe your glasses prescription is a bit out of date,
Yeah.
or even if your depth perception isn't quite what it was, it makes it really hard to judge distances, see obstacles, notice a step down.
Right, like that rug blending into the floor.
Exactly. If you can't quite trust what you're seeing, your brain can't send the right signals to your muscles to keep you stable. It just makes missteps much more likely.
So the fixes are pretty practical again. Regular eye exams, obviously.
Crucial.
Using night lights. And
Yeah.
thinking about home decor, avoiding those dark rugs on dark floors.
It's all about creating an environment where your eyes can do their job properly. Good vision equals safer movement. Simple as that.
Okay, moving on. This next one, overlooking medication side effects, really hit home. There was that story, 1 pill made me dizzy, and I nearly fell.
Yeah, that's a powerful example.
We think about major side effects, But how often do meds, maybe even combinations of meds, subtly mess with our balance without us realizing?
It happens far more often than you'd think. And what's really interesting is it's not just prescription drugs.
Oh?
No. Over-the-counter stuff, even some supplements, can cause dizziness, lightheadedness, maybe drowsiness.
Right, things you wouldn't necessarily suspect.
Exactly. Sometimes it's one thing, sometimes it's how different meds interact. And this can just subtly slow your reaction time, cloud your thinking a bit, making those balance adjustments harder. It really underscores why you need to be proactive about your health.
So the action here is clear, but vital. Review everything: prescriptions, OTCs, supplements with your doctor or pharmacist.
Absolutely critical. Get that full picture.
Okay, now for a habit that feels kind of instinctive, but is actually risky. Mistake 5. Grabbing furniture instead of using a cane. They call it furniture walking.
Ah, yes. Leaning on chairs, counters.
Yeah, thinking you're being clever, finding support. But why is that dangerous?
Well, it gives you this false sense of security, you see, but you're not actually using or training your own balance system. You're just putting your weight on something that might not be stable itself. What if that chair slides? Or the counter edge is narrow? You're still vulnerable.
Okay, I see. So it undermines your own ability.
Exactly. Whereas proper support, like a cane that's fitted correctly, actually helps stabilize you. It gives your body consistent feedback. It's like the source says, a good cane isn't weakness, it's wisdom.
I like that. Wisdom, not weakness. And choosing one. Simple advice. Solid base, comfy grip.
Function first. Style is just a bonus.
Right. Okay, mistake number 6. Avoiding balance exercises. This feels logical. The analogies is great. Balance is like a muscle. It weakens without use. So how do we strengthen it? What's actually happening when we practice?
It really is like training a muscle, or maybe more like refining a skill. You need practice. Consistent practice.
What does the practice do?
It retrains your proprioception. That's your body's sense of where it is in space. And it strengthens the nerve pathways between your brain and muscles that control balance.
Okay.
By challenging your balance safely and regularly, you're basically teaching your nervous system to make those tiny, quick adjustments automatically. It becomes more efficient.
And the exercises themselves sound super accessible, standing on one foot.
Heel to toe walking, like on a pretend tightrope.
Weight shifts. Things you can do almost anywhere.
Exactly. While you're brushing your teeth, waiting for the microwave, during TV ads.
So just weave it into the day.
Absolutely. Just a few minutes, but consistently. It makes a huge difference over time.
Okay, number 7. This one might surprise people. Not drinking enough water.
Hydration. Often overlooked.
Yeah. The source says, even mild dehydration causes dizziness, brain fog, and fatigue. And apparently, our sense of thirst can get quieter as we age. How does water, or lack of it, impact stability? What's the mechanism?
It's actually quite fascinating. It's not just about feeling thirsty. Even being mildly dehydrated can subtly lower your blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
And that reduces blood flow to the brain a little. This can slow down your brain's processing speed.
So it affects reaction time again.
Precisely. Those quick signals needed for balance adjustments, they get delayed. It's like your nervous system is running just a fraction of a second behind. Makes it harder to correct a wobble.
Wow, so it's about neural precision.
Exactly. Making sure your system has enough fluid volume to operate at peak efficiency.
So the advice is simple. Aim for 6 to 8 cups a day.
Roughly, yeah. Listen to your body, too.
And if water's boring, add lemon, use an ice bottle. Whatever works to remind you.
Right? Hydration equals stability. It's fundamental.
Okay, last one. Mistake number 8. Living in a fall unfriendly home. That story about tripping on a familiar rug, I'd stepped over 1,000 times.
Yeah.
That really illustrates it. How do familiar places become hazards?
It's incredible, isn't it? It's about how our own capabilities might change, even slightly, but the environment stays the same. That road was always there, but maybe vision changed slightly or reaction time slowed.
Right.
And suddenly that familiar object is a risk. The key mindset shift is moving from passive acceptance, it's always been like this, to active assessment, proactive control.
Taking control of your space.
Exactly. Your home should be the safest place for you, not somewhere you have to navigate like an obstacle course.
So the sources list some really practical safety upgrades. First, get rid of loose rugs. Just remove them.
Or secure them really well. But removal is often safest.
Okay. Second, grab bars in the bathroom. Crucial spots.
Yes. Toilet, shower, tub, essential.
Third, nightlights. Hallways, bathrooms especially.
For those nighttime trips.
Fourth, storing things you use often at waist height, less reaching up or bending down low.
Smart. Minimizes awkward movement.
And fifth, good lighting. Warm, bright LEDs. Make sure you can actually see properly.
Absolutely. Good illumination everywhere.
So there we have it. 8 things. They might seem small, kind of harmless on their own.
Yeah, everyday habits mostly.
But as we've heard, over time, they can really chip away at your balance, your confidence, your freedom, really.
But the really empowering part is knowing they are fixable.
Totally. You can start making changes today, right now. So as we wrap up, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. Which of these mistakes surprised you most?
Or maybe even more pointedly, what's one small change you could make starting today?
Yeah, what's one thing you'll do?
And let's hold on to that final message from the source material. It's so important. You are not weak for being cautious. You're wise for preparing.
I like that.
Let's aim to age with strength, confidence, and, well, grace. It really brings up this idea of embracing proactive self-care, doesn't it? Not as a chore, but as a way to keep living fully.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope this has given you some practical tools and maybe a new perspective on maintaining your balance.
Stay safe, stay steady.
We'll see you next time as we continue exploring ways to be well-informed and take charge of our well-being.